From terrifying wild animal encounters to unsettling footage of Bigfoot stalking you from the woods, and even a rare clip of cow abducting aliens, if you're intrigued by the world of the unexplained, you're in for an extraordinary adventure as we delve into each mysterious capture. Whoa! I have a deep appreciation for trail cams, as they provide us with unique perspectives of dense woods that would be otherwise impossible to observe in person. Recently, I came across trail camera footage collected from a Canadian forest where multiple cameras were strategically placed to study the deer population. While the majority of the clips depicted deer peacefully grazing and enjoying their surroundings, there was one particular recording that captured something quite strange. Amidst the serene scenes of deer in the forest, a tall black figure emerged in one of the camera frames. This enigmatic entity appeared humanoid, shrouded in thick black fur, and was only visible for a brief moment before vanishing into the wilderness. Some online viewers have dubbed this mysterious creature the mountain beast, yet I can't help but wonder if its appearance aligns more closely with the legendary Bigfoot. This intriguing video comes from Dettifoss Waterfall in Iceland, showcasing a captivating yet strange sight. Uploaded on Instagram, the footage initially captures the breathtaking rush and power of the waterfall. However, a few seconds into the video, a small dark creature enters the frame, climbing over the cliff's edge with unusual movements. This mysterious being, seemingly a blend of lizard-like features and a humanoid body, draws attention with its distinctive appearance. Its movements suggest a deliberate attempt to either avoid the camera or perhaps engage in some form of stalking on the camera operator. Remarkably, the camera person remained oblivious to the creature's presence during filming, only discovering it upon reviewing the footage. The creature's skin exhibits a rough texture, adding to its strange nature. While speculations lean towards it being a cryptid, the true identity of this creature remains uncertain. We all cherish a gentle breeze, offering a soothing touch on our faces. However, when the weather takes a turn for the worse, the wind can transform from a pleasant experience to a potentially scary force, rivaling the impact of an earthquake. In a video captured by a homeowner through his window, the scene unfolds in his front yard, where two resilient trees stand against the formidable wind. The person behind the camera remarks that the wind feels like it's reaching an incredible speed of 100 miles per hour.
This is easy 100-mile-an-hour winds.
A claim supported by the evident struggle the trees face. Despite their initial resistance, the trees succumb to the immense pressure of the relentless wind.
Oh, our tree's gone! We lost 2 trees! Both. Our front yard is gone.
One by one, they topple over, leaving the homeowner to inform his family that their yard, once adorned with these trees, is now empty. The video captures the terrifying sight of nature's force, prompting reflections on the unpredictability of the wind and the potential dangers it poses. Here's another intriguing video captured by a trail camera, featuring a wild forest creature attempting to interact with it. As the video commences, a hairy figure fills the frame, completely obstructing the view. The creature engages with the camera, suggesting either a curious interest or an attempt to consume it as it fiddles with the device, moving it around. After a period of interaction, the creature eventually exits the frame, bringing the video to an end. While some viewers speculate that this might be the elusive Bigfoot, my interpretation differs. Upon closer observation, as the creature departs, its paw comes into view, resembling that of a bear. Additionally, the fur on the creature closely matches the characteristics of a brown bear. Hence, it seems more plausible that the creature captured on camera was indeed a bear, rather than the mythical Bigfoot, as suggested by some viewers. Back in 2014, a video surfaced on the internet that seemed straight out of a horror movie, gaining considerable popularity. Captured by a police officer's head camera, the footage begins with the officer armed and ready to enter a building, clearly on a mission or responding to a call. As the officer explores the rooms along a long hallway, an unsettling event unfolds. In the distance down the hallway, something on the ceiling starts charging towards the officer. The officer, caught off guard, reacts with terror, screaming, and fleeing as the video abruptly concludes. The creature in question appears humanoid and reminiscent of the mythical figure known as the Rake, moving in an eerie manner along the ceiling. Despite the chilling nature of the footage, I think it could be fake. I did a thorough search on the internet with no corroborating information, leading to speculation that the video might be a promotional stunt for a horror movie or video game. If you are enjoying this so far, consider subscribing. It really helps me keep this channel going. Imagine something more terrifying than just spotting a strange creature in the forest when you're alone. How about being stalked by one? Well, that's exactly what happened to this tracker. In the video he recorded during his forest venture, dense woods stretch out in front of us, and there's something enormous and black directly staring at the camera. This mysterious figure moves slowly, evident from the falling snow as it shifts. It's covered in thick black fur, and its head shape leans towards the humanoid side. To many, it resembled the classic description of a Bigfoot. Despite the eerie encounter, the tracker courageously heads towards the spot where the creature was seen, providing a closer look. That's a pretty bold move considering the size and strangeness of the creature lurking in the forest. During an afternoon walk in the woods, a couple experienced an unexpected twist when the boyfriend decided to playfully howl. To their shock, a scream echoed back from the depths of the forest.
Do you think it was a person?
Whoa!
I'm like shaking right now. Okay. That scared me. I don't know. Shh.
Unlike a playful response, this growl carries an animalistic tone, leaving the couple bewildered. The eerie sound doesn't match any known animal, adding to the mystery. Feeling a bit terrified, the couple decides to make a hasty retreat from the area. The speculation arises, could this mysterious howl be from a Bigfoot, interpreting the boyfriend's howl as a challenge or threat call? This footage dates back to 1993, capturing a shocking event that fueled skepticism about the existence of aliens. In the video, a serene green field is the backdrop for several cows peacefully grazing. However, things take a bizarre turn when a cow from the distant group starts levitating towards the sky in a straight line, as if something is pulling it upward. As the camera pans towards the sky, a large, bright object shaped like a plate comes into view. The cow disappears into this object, which then rapidly takes off. The following day, the lifeless body of the cow was discovered in a nearby field, seemingly drained of blood. The media interviewed ranch and farm owners in the vicinity, and many expressed anger and frustration about the apparent abduction. One farmer took an unusual precaution, adding antlers to his cows to disguise them as bucks, hoping to deter aliens from abducting them. While the video could be interpreted as a parody, if genuine, it challenges the beliefs of those who deny the existence of extraterrestrial encounters. A video recently surfaced on a TikTok account called Mystery Flies, claiming to capture the sighting of a Bigfoot just outside a camper's tent. In the footage, shot through a small mesh opening of the camp, a large dark brown creature is visible. When the creature turns its gaze toward the tent, an unsettlingly humanoid face is revealed, a massive figure that seems like a cross between an ape and a human. The uploader asserts that they stopped recording when they felt the creature had noticed them, prompting it to run off. The video appears convincing, with intricate details that make CG manipulation unlikely. However, the lingering question is, what was the Bigfoot doing so close to a human campsite? Was it in search of food, or could there be more sinister motives behind its presence? This TikTok video unfolds a gamer's worst nightmare. From a nanny cam, we witness a kid engrossed in playing virtual reality games, completely unaware of the eerie happenings in the room's corner. A transparent, ghost-like figure with hair on its head and a translucent lower body is seen moving from one corner to the side, eventually standing still, seemingly observing the boy. After a brief pause, the ghost figure moves out of the frame, and the video concludes. The chilling aspect is that the boy remains oblivious to being stalked. The spectral appearance gives off vibes of a child ghost, with only the hair visible and the rest of the body appearing transparent. What adds to the mystery is the uncertainty of the gaming environment. Is this the boy's home, a hospital, or perhaps an office? The video leaves us with more questions than answers. Cameras are typically installed to provide a sense of security, but sometimes the footage they capture can have the opposite effect. In a video from 2015, taken by a house security camera, the focus is on the backyard door. After a few seconds, something peculiar starts moving in the frame. A figure that initially resembles a strange humanoid but gradually transforms into a shadowy form before completely vanishing into thin air. Remarkably, the figure doesn't reach the back door. It disappears before getting there. The mysterious nature of its appearance and disappearance suggests a ghostly presence. The fact that this occurred at 2 in the morning adds an eerie touch, as it's often believed that otherworldly beings are most active during the late hours. The video circulating on the internet depicting a creepy woman standing on a footpath has indeed sparked fear among viewers. Many claim to have seen the same woman in their neighborhoods, intensifying the sense of terror. In the footage, the cameraman walks along the footpath, initially capturing a seemingly normal-looking woman. However, as the camera focuses on her face, the atmosphere takes a chilling turn. The woman's eyes appear dark and malevolent, and her mouth looks obscured, contributing to an eerie appearance. The way she stares and smiles at the camera sends shivers down the spine, creating an overall aura of darkness and evil. Imagining encountering her on a street in the middle of the night is undoubtedly a haunting thought. This video comes from a news channel report shedding light on Wintergreen police addressing Bigfoot sightings. The reporter shares images of supposed Bigfoot sightings, emphasizing that they were captured by Wintergreen locals, claiming to have encountered the elusive creature. The first image shows a tall black figure with an irregular and seemingly fake body, leading the reporter to suggest it might be a prank. While the report laughs off the authenticity of the first image, the second picture appears more convincing. In this photo, a Bigfoot-like creature is seen walking on a rail track. Its body resembles that of an ape, but the humanoid bend of its legs adds an intriguing twist. The creature's texture and the seamless integration with its surroundings make it less likely to be CG, adding to its credibility for the potential legitimacy of the sighting. If you find yourself traveling on a desolate forest road at night, you might just stumble upon something strange. And that's exactly what happened to this person. In a video captured on a car dash cam, the vehicle is navigating a dark forest road when a massive, strange creature comes into view at a distance. Upon closer inspection, slowing down the video and zooming in, the creature appears huge and oddly dinosaur-like. It boasts 2 remarkably thin and large hind legs, while 2 small front legs seemingly hang in the air as it walks, reminiscent of a dinosaur. Now, we all know dinosaurs are supposed to be ancient history, so the big question arises, is it some sort of cryptid Or have we been mistaken about dinosaurs going extinct? The mystery deepens. There are times when the paranormal becomes your reality and nightmarish stuff happens. And this is exactly what happened to these guys who were driving out at night with the sole purpose of having fun. They had heard before that a scary ghost usually stands at the same spot on the side of the road every night at the exact same time. However, what they did not know was that they are about to see the terrifying sight themselves. As they move forward, a human-like figure appears into sight. It looks like a person wearing a red-colored top. But when you look at its face, it resembles more of a skeleton than a human being. According to the man, the sight was enough to drain the blood off his feet, and they all got goosebumps all over their bodies. What do you think that was? A true encounter with a lost soul, forever cursed to haunt that road. This clip was recorded in the World War II tunnels, which have been abandoned for years. Way below the surface, where radiation levels rise way above average, a small group of people went into these old tunnels to test radiation levels. The camera started to go crazy and was malfunctioning at the lower level of the tunnels. I have to remark just the bravery you'd need to have just to willingly go into such a terrifying looking place, not to mention the radiation. The deepest part of the tunnel can be reached via several steps and wooden slides leading to the bottom. Minutes into the clip, we spot something that would shock anyone. According to the people heading down there, they have seen such sights before, and it is due to the radiation levels that the ghosts of the soldiers start to appear in that place. And truth be told, seeing all the environment and the history of the place, it can be true that the spirits of soldiers wander there still. I have heard of many places that are haunted by long-gone soldiers. This might be one of them. What do you think? Looking quite usual, this picture can haunt anyone for years. It might seem just an innocent-looking picture of a few friends taking a group photo. But if you focus on the background, you will spot something disturbing. We can see two hands appearing from the door in the scariest way possible. They do not look natural. The girls were having a night out and a good time, taking all the pictures with the camera. It wasn't until later that they decided to see all the photographs that they noticed the creepy sight right behind them. The hands do not resemble a human's hand, considering the longer fingers and the sharp nails. Moreover, the hands make it quite obvious that whoever they belong to is a tall being, considering it better to just hide in the darkness. According to the girls, they have never seen anything like this before, and never have they felt any paranormal entity in their house. This was apparently the first and the last time this happened. Personally, if something like this happens to me, I definitely won't be able to sleep in the same house ever. An unexplained phenomenon occurred at a farm in Beotu, China, a couple of years ago, when a flock of sheep began moving in a circular pattern for the better part of 12 days straight. According to the sheep's owner, the procession began with just a handful of sheep until hundreds more started joining in. The reason behind this mysterious phenomenon remained unknown, with everyone on YouTube coming up with their own theories. Some even said that the sheep had a disease or something. If anyone watching has any idea why they are doing that, please share in the comments. Would you ever believe that millions of years ago, the world was being walked by giants? Dinosaurs we have heard about, but giants are not something we get to witness every day. When a man came across this huge footprint on a rock, he was shocked to the core. As later the geologists got there and studied it, they found out the footprint was around 200 million to 3 billion years old. The 4 feet long footprint easily signals to the existence of giants so many years ago. However, there are also people who claim that it was not a long-gone race of giants, but some other branch of the human species, one which was way more gigantic than us. Could this also explain the existence of Bigfoot? If once there were giants, could there still be around some remnants or descendants of these giants? Maybe this is where the giant myths come from. There is no doubt that the footprint is legit. We just lack more evidence to come to a concrete conclusion. What's your opinion on it? Imagine on a stormy night, with rain falling heavily everywhere and thunder echoing the surroundings. You wake up and go to the window to see what's happening, but you encounter something that will not let you sleep for the night to come. A dark figure, covered in black clothes, holding an umbrella, standing very still right in front of your house. Apparently, it looks like a woman, but what exactly will a normal human being be doing right in the middle of such a strong storm, right? The man recording the clip was terrified to the core, but thankfully, he had it all recorded on his camera. He later uploaded the clip on YouTube, hoping to find an explanation. However, no one ever could give any. Could it be just a crazy person standing there in the rain? Or is it something more sinister? This clip was recorded in 2014 when a woman, while recording the decorations for Christmas, accidentally laid her eyes on a scary black figure wandering around in their area. Not being able to believe what she just saw, she went out with her husband to get a clear view, and the figure was still there. Although they were at a safe distance, considering the height and the physique of the figure, no place was safe. They stood there for a few minutes and the figure was still there, walking around in the woods. By appearance, it definitely looked like a Bigfoot. And thankfully, it did not notice the family keeping an eye on it. Otherwise, the situation would have been way worse. About the clip being genuine or not, nothing can be said, because it has been recorded from a distance. Thus, it could easily be just a man who looks like a Bigfoot. But you should always be careful. You might not know what lurks in your area. This video clearly shows that sometimes us recording all these animals by being so close to them is not something they appreciate, and it makes them freak out too. The video begins with a bunny hopping around in the darkness. Suddenly, the camera focuses on a bizarre sight. Two disembodied legs sprinting across the screen, vanishing into the darkness as abruptly as they appeared. These legs scurry down the street in an uncanny way, seemingly detached from any torso. As it was uploaded on the internet, the video left viewers shocked and bewildered by the weird sight. As the legs vanish into the shadows, a young boy emerges, seemingly retrieving his rabbit. Comparing the boy's height to the leg size, they appear disproportionately small, hinting at the possibility of it being a cryptid. However, the footage could also be a prank, with a kid cleverly using his pants to create the illusion of disembodied legs. What do you think? Prank, a ghost, or something else? Years after years of people talking about the stories of the infamous Bigfoot, and it is hardly ever we see concrete evidence proving its existence. But this clip serves as one of the best videos which shows how these creatures might actually be real, and just hiding away from us so perfectly. These hikers were on their way to conquer the mountain paths when they sensed something weird around them, as if someone was watching them. Scared, they looked around to find this creature not so far from them, staring straight into their souls. The creature's appearance fit the definition of a Bigfoot, so the question remains, is this a real Bigfoot, or is this something else more scary and more terrifying than that? And why is it standing so still? Let us set the scene. A group of friends venture off on a camping expedition. Setting up camp in the middle of nowhere, the site is surrounded by a large forest and is extremely isolated. What started off as a fun night away turns into something way more sinister when a series of blood-curdling screams begin to pierce the still night air.
We're like a something. That was a female Screaming, Phil. Please, please, please. No.
The screams are chilling to hear. It is as if someone is in great pain or is being attacked. The men venture out with their flashlights to investigate the source of the commotion, but there is nothing there or visible to them to explain the origin of the sound. You'll want your headphones for this. As the men investigate further, it is evident. They have set up targets for practice, one of which is missing. The nightmarish screams continue, and it is unclear where they are emanating from.
On the ground.
They notice that one of the bottles that was hung for target practice is now lying on the floor and has been replaced by something else hanging from a rope. It is a crudely made corn husk doll. Usually, the dolls were simply childhood playthings, but in this context, hanging from a rope, it seems way more disturbing. A symbol of the harvest, the corn husk doll is also used to ward off evil. Is it possible that it is related to the screaming coming from the forest? Whatever is out there sounds as if it is enduring an unimaginable horror. Even though the men are armed with rifles, they don't stick around to find out what that horror is.
Oh, no.
Recorded somewhere in Russia, this 15 seconds long video gave the world another concrete evidence of the existence of the creatures known as Bigfoots. The man who recorded it all said it was the most terrifying experience of his whole life. He was on his way to collect some wood logs when he started hearing heavy footsteps nearby. Scared, he hid behind the tree waiting to see what it was, and this is what he recorded: a gigantic creature walking not so far from the man in the woods. Unlike the previous clip, this creature had rather brownish hair on its body, or it could be due to the trees which it was behind. The creature had a man-like appearance and walk, but was too huge to be one, making us all think it was a Bigfoot. It wouldn't be possible for an average human to look this gigantic. Could this be a costume made this way? Or is this the real deal? What do you think? This picture was captured in June 2021 and features an octopus with a lot more legs than one would expect. After all, the name octopus comes from octo, meaning 8. Titled as the mutant octopus, the photograph went viral over the internet, where everyone had their own theories as to what could have exactly happened to this octopus. For some, it was due to humans dumping toxic wastes into the water that has caused this animal a mutation and ruined its life. And for others, it was a result of a random mutation. However, with no response from the experts, nothing could be said for sure. But I do have to wonder, deep in the dark oceans, are there any gigantic creatures with so many tentacles? Recorded and uploaded a couple of years ago, this clip serves as the ultimate testament to a mother's love. The chicken, with not just its own babies, but some goslings as well, gets alert as it sees a cobra sneaking up to it. At first, it tried making the cobra leave without coming near the babies, but the snake wasn't so easy to handle. As it slithers closer and closer to the little chicks, the mother knew she had to leave with all the little ones and get somewhere safer. One by one, little by little, she got all the little ones out of the danger zone and tried her best to keep the cobra away from attacking even a single one of the babies, all the while making sure she herself does not get bit. It looks like no big deal to us maybe, but the way the chicken stood up in front of a potential enemy who could easily devour it was something only a mother can do, and I am for sure impressed by her courage and skill. Known as the night crawlers, or also the cryptids, creatures of Mexican folklore, have gained so much popularity online that it's joined the ranks of Bigfoot, the Loch Ness Monster, and the Mothman. And this clip records not just one, but 2 of these descending down a hill. Fortunately, captured by a camera mounted nearby in Yosemite Lakes Park in 2011. When uploaded on the internet, this clip had everyone in shock and wondering if the night crawlers were actually real. This video is what sparked the rise of speculation over the cryptid, inspiring many people on YouTube to discuss legend. To some, the video looked real, and to others, it looked edited and altered for the sole purpose of pranking others. To me, the video looks like an edited one, but if you consider it being so old, editing of the clips was not as efficient as it is now, so that would mean there is a little chance of it being real too. The owners of this cabin thought it would be enough to lock the wooden door while going out to prevent burglars or animals from entering. However, this bear had other plans in its mind. It knocked down the door so that it could enter the cabin. After it was done opening the door in the most violent way, it entered and investigated a little bit without going overboard. A few seconds inside, we can see that the bear was still standing near the door and was not interested in causing any more damage to the cabin, as it had already done enough. The video ended right there, so we could not know if the bear was still standing there waiting for the owners to come back. As this man heard some noise coming from his front door, he went to check what it was and found this little fawn standing at the door looking straight towards him. At first, the man thought maybe the baby needs some help or has gotten lost or something. But seeing that its ears weren't curled or anything, which little deer do when they are scared or in need of help, the man knew it wasn't lost, and probably its mother was nearby, so he did not mess with it. An orphaned fawn will quickly develop signs of distress indicating that it's in trouble. Dehydration will be visible within a day or so, and is indicated by curling of the ears, ruffling of the fur, and dulling of the eyes, so this meant the baby was all fine and healthy, and there was nothing to worry about. The man closed the door, hoping its mother would return soon or call for it to come back, and the baby would then be safe with its mama. There are people who take their hobbies to the next level, but then there are people who take things they love to such extremes that they sometimes end up risking their own lives. Take this clip, for instance. This man was swimming under a thick layer of ice all over the lake with the help of his friends. His goal was to get in the water from one spot where they had created an opening and then swim to the next spot where his other friend was waiting for him. But as he started swimming and was about to reach the second opening, he lost the sense of direction and was left stranded under the thick layer of ice for a few moments, until he realized he could use the rope he had to get back to the initial spot that he got inside the water from, and that's how he got out all safe and sound. It looks like one terrifying experience to me. This man saw a fish right on the shore, and he saw that the fish had a little life left in it. So he tried helping and gave it a little push so that it can go back into the lake and get the oxygen and water it needs. Little did he know, or the fish knew, a gator was right near them, waiting for the right moment to attack. As soon as the man backed off after pushing the fish in the water, the gator attacked and ate the whole fish in one go, leaving the man and whoever was with him terrified to the core. What if for 1 second we imagined that the gator was after them and not the fish? It could have ended up really badly. This Ring camera recorded a sweet and hilarious scene when a bear is spotted coming up to the front door of this house. The woman got an alert saying someone was at the door, and it was 5:30 in the morning. She woke up all worried, wondering who it could be so early. And then she saw this. The bear at first investigated the doormat for a few moments until he decided that it could be the ultimate sleeping rug for it and slept on it, later changing the position and sleeping exactly like how my cat does. The bear slept there like it was the safest place on earth, and where it could sleep with no danger ever touching it. These three friends were on their way in the middle of the night when they spotted someone walking by the roadside. As they drove past him, it took them seconds to realize it wasn't a real man. According to one of the friends, it could be a hitchhiker, but the way it walked and the way his head was not so symmetrical, and his appearance, they could tell it was not a normal person. Plus, what would someone be doing in the middle of the night, right? He wasn't even signaling them to stop. He just kept walking the creepiest way possible. Moreover, take a look at his legs. They look all twisted, but he does not indicate to struggle walking. So to have another look, they turned the car around and went towards the same route to see who he was, but to their surprise, there was no sign of a human being there at all, leaving them scared and shocked by what they had just witnessed. According to many people, it could be a shapeshifter in the form of a hitchhiker looking for people who stop to give a lift and become his victims. And I cannot agree more. Recorded by a security camera in 2021, this clip recorded a family coming back from somewhere and going inside their house after locking the gate and everything. As they are inside, moments pass and we see a big bear and a small one taking a stroll on the same path and going down the hill just from where the family came. Everything appears to be normal until now, with no sign of any kind of chaos or anything. But after a few minutes, the woman comes out of the house with a bag in her hand and goes down the hill where the bears just went to. And as expected, she comes running back towards the house and somehow manages to lock the door and get inside the house safely, just as the bears are about to reach her. Thankfully, this did not end up as a tragedy, but a close call only. On the afternoon of 3 July 2019, a violent explosive event affected the entire crater terrace of Stromboli volcano in southern Italy, generating 2 pyroclastic flows that advanced across the sea beyond the coastline. The clip was recorded by a woman on a boat and then later uploaded on the internet. It has gained about 12 million views till today and continues to shock people by the massive impact the eruption had and the exact moment how it started. However, one more thing people on YouTube could not help but admire was the excellent job of staying calm and steadily recording by the woman. Timing was incredible. I'm sure volcanologists across the globe will want a copy for history for study. This clip was recorded in 2019, and it shows a woman standing on the corner of the house, seeing the coyote wandering around in the backyard. The coyote went towards the backside, and moments later we saw 2 little kids coming towards the same spot. As they are involved in investigating the area, considering the curious nature the kids mostly have, they are unaware of a potentially dangerous animal so close to them. The coyote spots the little girl and runs straight towards her. But thankfully, instead of dragging the little one with it, the animal runs off only after giving the kid a little warning of how dangerous it could have been. And all this happened while the woman who knew about the coyote was still standing there with no reaction to it at all. Neither did she try to stop the kids from going there, nor did she run to help the poor kid. Talk about an irresponsible adult. Recorded in 2014, in a mortuary, this clip terrified anyone and everyone who saw it. As soon as it was uploaded on YouTube, it gained thousands of views, scaring everyone to the core. And I don't blame them. Even to me, it looks quite scary. With the dead body of a person left behind, it can be very clearly seen how his soul left his body. While to some people, it was just an edited video, and there was nothing real about it. To others, it was the ultimate proof of the existence of the soul and the afterlife. A wildlife enthusiast in Vancouver, in British Columbia, decided to set up a trail camera to investigate a deer carcass to see if it would attract any animals at nighttime, just yards from her house, only to find this terrifying picture. The wildlife cam reveals two scantily clad women squatting beside the carcass. Their faces are covered with long black hair. What's really horrifying is one of the women seems to be reaching for the carcass with long webbed fingers. These pictures have caused a wave of speculation, and even some have suggested that it could be witches, or even worse, walking demons. Were they feasting on the carcass? The picture becomes more sinister when we spot a man's boot next to one of the women. Although the man's upper body can't be seen, it is weird that he is there. What could be his association with the two uncanny women? Could it be that the women were being forced to do this by that man? Or could the man be one of them and also wouldn't mind taking a bite? When I saw the boots of the man surrounded by these crazy women, I could only think of the ritualistic cult of Charles Manson. Is this something similar in our days? A TikToker who posts videos of strange events happening around her home was startled at the sound she heard while putting her chicks away in the pen.
What the fuck?
The sound coming from the forest was like an animal's cry for help. And so she shined her torchlight into the woods while recording. She captures a white figure next to a tree. At first glance, it wasn't there, but when she circled back to look in the same direction, her camera was able to capture a thin white figure at the left side of a tree. The strangest thing was that the figure disappeared after being out of the camera's recording range. Could it be that the mysterious white figure was making those eerie sounds in the forest? Or could it have scared an animal in the woods and caused it to make the bizarre sound? The video quality may be a bit low, but it captures a truly unsettling moment. It starts with the cameraman recording the underside of his vehicle, prompted by strange noises from the parking lot. While inspecting the car, he unintentionally captures a small creature darting across the frame, leaving the recorder visibly startled. Upon regaining composure, the man records another glimpse of the creature attempting to hide beneath a distant white car. The atmosphere becomes tense, and the man, now genuinely frightened, decides to make a swift exit. The video concludes abruptly. Upon freezing the frame when the creature is visible, its humanoid appearance is evident, yet its head shape appears somewhat alien. Notably, the creature's body is entirely devoid of hair. Whatever this entity is, I hope that it doesn't choose to take refuge under their car at night. For more captivating content like this, click here. Thank you for tuning in.